Welcome to the Financial Update with First Community Bank, live every fourth Thursday of the month on WLIJ and podcasted on Facebook. Join guests from First Community Bank and our host as they inform, educate, and encourage you on all things finances. First Community Bank is a member FDIC, equal housing lender. Now, here's your host. This is the Financial Update with First Community Bank. My name's Chase Clanton, your host here on WLIJ Radio. And today I'm joined by, I'm going to go out there and say my friends, Lucy Tampley and Kayla Hilliard at First Community Bank. How are y'all doing today?
We are good. We're excited
to be
really? Here. Yeah, we are. Lucy, are you excited?
I'm very excited.
Yeah, we're excited to be here.
Wonderful. I'm glad to hear that. So I know everybody basically knows you, but let's introduce ourselves maybe a little bit. So Kayla, you've been in the community basically all your life, right?
Absolutely. Born and raised. I've been at the bank now for going on 14 years. So they've raised me from, I worked there while I was in college. As a part-time job, and then kind of grown into the position that I'm in today. And then Lucy has joined us recently.
Within like the last year or so. So I worked retail for almost 10 years at Merle Norman on the Square for Warren and Dina Landers, and then went to our mortgage company, and then decided to make the move to the bank to help Kayla out. So love it.
We're glad to have her. She's been the best asset, that's for sure.
Oh, thank you.
So.
Y'all seem to make a really good team too, and y'all have fun while you do it.
Absolutely.
This is wonderful.
We have to. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's like Brandon and I. We have fun.
Yes.
We get the job done.
For sure, but it's fun.
Yep.
We have a good time. Well, that's great. So, hey, if you guys haven't been paying attention, First Community Bank just went through a huge rebranding. I mean, wow, new logo. It's on your name tag.
Yeah.
New promo materials.
Color's a little bit different.
Yep.
A little bit different, but still blue.
Still blue.
And I've had the pleasure of talking with, I guess, the marketing firm that you guys are working with. They're the sweetest people.
They're fabulous. Yep.
They really are. So let's talk about that rebranding.
Okay.
What inspired the decision to rebrand the bank?
So we have obviously been serving our community now for 36, 37 years. I can't remember the exact number right now. But, things change, and the world changes, and you kind of have to evolve with it a smidge. So we realized that it was time for what we offer to be reflected in how we look, if that's a good way, if that makes sense. We had feedback, and we'll get to that in a little bit, that maybe we looked a little outdated. The blue of our brand was called Reflex Blue, and that was a super hip color whenever it was 1980. We opened in 1988, and so that color was absolutely, it's strong. Blue is very strong. So we heard that maybe we're a little dated. Maybe we could stand to evolve and be more with the times. And so with that, we knew that it was time to maybe look into how we looked. And so that's kind of what inspired it. And then also it actually started back in September 2022. So now we're in, what are we in? 2025. So it's been
last day of April.
Yeah, so 2.5, 3 years in the making. Which is exciting, and we can talk about that in a little bit too. But we always say, think of our new look like a new Sunday suit. We are still the same people underneath, the same customer service, the same friendly faces. We've just got on a new suit that's not Reflex Blue. Now it's what we call denim.
Isn't that funny? Denim is more hip now, and that's probably originally from the 20s.
Yeah. You're probably everything comes back around, right? But we always say too, when we look our best, we feel our best, and we're best able to do what we do, which is serve our friends and neighbors, and with their financial needs and our community.
Yep. Wow. That's a really good way to put it, because I think it's easy to get maybe nervous if you see change, but I mean, like, if you see your bank change looks completely. And I think that's great how you've so strongly emphasized under the new logo, on the new billboards that I'm seeing, on some of the radio ads. Some of them will say same old, some of them will say like kind of like new Sunday suit type of idea. We're still the same people. We still have the same goals. We still care about you. We just have a different logo now.
Right. And the same old, you know, is to be intriguing. So, like, what do you mean by that? Because, like, a lot of our online ads, that's all it says. And it's like, what does that mean? I need to see that. So it intrigues people, and then they go to our intro page and it tells them everything that they need to know about, well, other than their mailer, which every one of our customers received, but it tells the story. And so we encourage people to go look at that, because I can sit here and talk about it all day, but go and read it for yourself, and go and look at the why we did what we did. So it's a neat page.
Interesting. Yeah, and I would encourage people to go to First Community's website and check that out.
Absolutely.
Educate yourselves. Were there any specific challenges or perceptions that you're trying to address? I guess the fact that it was a little outdated.
Yeah. So not initially, really. There weren't any things that we were trying to address, but looking back, you know, we've always been reliable. We've always been strong. We've always been customer service oriented, but the perception of how we looked, you know, like if you think of, let's say, a teenager that's looking for a new bank, like, we want to appeal to them. We don't want to appeal to just, I mean, everybody who is in this market knows who First Community Bank is. But if someone was to move in here, like, what would stand out? What would stand out to them, and what would make them want to come to our institution? What would attract them? Yeah, absolutely.
I see what you're going for, because you've got to appeal to a younger demographic and all demographics.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what you're doing here is you're maintaining trust with perhaps your older demographic, but attracting the younger.
Yep.
And that's, if you want First Community Bank to stay in the community, that's what you're going to have to do.
Absolutely. We want people to realize that we are capable of really taking care of any of their financial needs. Like, we are the bank that can help you do whatever you need to do financially. And maybe that really wasn't portrayed as much with our previous brand to the younger generation, what I'm speaking. Not, like, everyone who banks with us knows that we are going to take care of you. But we need to, those new people moving into town, or those customers that we don't have, that aren't customers just yet, like, we want them to give us the opportunity.
Well, and those younger people are going to, they're going to research in such a way that's online.
Absolutely.
Through social media. And I'm kind of surprised. We do have some younger people listening to radio, too.
Oh, wow. Okay, good.
Yeah, and so because maybe they're seeking out more traditional methods of literally the swap and shop, because they're tired of Facebook Marketplace shenanigans.
Well, I can say that I listen to WLIJ. I don't consider myself to be young, but...
We got that on camera.
Yeah. Mark it out, Brandon. But yeah, I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, and I think that's a good way to appeal to them. So we've talked about how the rebranding did kind of come from community feedback, I guess.
Absolutely.
With the outdated vibe there. What about like market trends? Did that have anything to do with it?
Well, you see, we have several. Well, we have Redstone Federal Credit Union coming in. We have, People's Bank has rebranded or has been purchased by First Commerce. Like there are a lot of different changes happening in our industry, and I think that, like I said, we started back in September 2022, so that was all prior to all of that. So our rebrand kind of aligned just happenstance with all of those things, which...
Well, that's
divine
good.
Intervention,
Yeah.
So I guess that's kind of to speak to market trends, but we've got to evolve again. We're a community bank, and we have to evolve to show that we are capable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, folks, we're talking with First Community Bank with Kayla Hilliard and Lucy Tapley. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back right after this.
At First Community Bank, we're more than just a bank. We're a true partner in your success. As a local business ourselves, we understand the challenges you face. Whether you're a new startup, a family business, or a growing company, we're here to help offer the tailored financial solutions you need. Looking for a loan, a business checking account that works for you, or expert advice from someone who truly gets it? We're just a call away, ready to support you with personalized service that makes a real difference. At First Community Bank, we believe your success is our success. Join the many local businesses who trust us every day to help them grow. Come see us today or visit firstcommunitybanker.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to the Financial Update with First Community Bank. Now, back to the show. All right, you're on the Financial Update with First Community Bank. And by the way, I'm joined by Kayla Hilliard and Lucy Tapley of First Community. It's good to be with you guys this morning.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. So what message are you trying to send with your new rebranding?
We pretty much just want everyone to realize that we are here for every step of your financial journey. Like whether you're opening your first savings account or you're buying a home, starting your business, we want people to understand that we are here to help you no matter what. And we want them to kind of feel like you're banking with a friend or a neighbor. That's kind of part of our rebrand. That's our new motto, friends and neighbors first. And that's what we do at First Community Bank. We really truly put our friends and neighbors first. And why would you not want to bank with your friend? You know, that's just kind of, you feel like you're just chatting with your pal, and that's how it can be at First Community for sure.
Yeah, and I feel like I talk about this just about every First Community Bank show. This is not at all transactional. This is very personal, in a good way. Yeah. So that's your new branding really emphasizes that. Mm-hmm. Friends, what is it? Friends and neighbors first. Yeah. Yeah, and I saw one of your signs, I think, at the Elm Street location. Community is your middle name.
Absolutely. Yes. I mean, it is, right?
It is. It literally is. Yeah, it's time that was said.
That one wrote itself for us.
Yeah. That was easy. Okay, so that's great. So how does the new branding reflect the bank's current and future mission?
Okay, so our brand mission, or our mission, has always been community-minded, community-focused. That's not changing, whatsoever. Sure. That is still our mission. The new brand just kind of allows us to state that more clearly in a more eloquent way. So it's designed for us to be here long term and to speak to our customers that are now and to also our next generation. Showing that we're evolving, but we're not losing who we are. Which I think is extremely important.
Yeah, it's important to grow, but not forget.
Absolutely.
Where you came from.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So just I want to read a couple of things to you, but our promise is we promise to put our neighbors and communities first, to give everything that we've got to improve the lives of those who call this place home. And I feel like when we say that, we mean that. Because we want to be so ingrained in our community that whenever you're talking about your T-ball team, we played on the First Community Bank team. Or I was in middle school and we were getting ready to play basketball and First Community Bank brought us treats. Or I bought my first home and guess where I went? First Community Bank, because my banker's there. We want to be so ingrained in your life that you can't tell stories without First Community Bank coming up.
That's a sweet concept.
Yeah. I know I had a little boy at Aviation Day on Saturday came up and he was like, First Community Bank, I play for you guys. You're my baseball team. And I'm like, oh, yeah, for sure. You see it. I mean, and he was little, so he's seeing it too. And with part of generations.
Absolutely. Like us visiting schools and teaching these children how to write a check. Maybe checks will still be around when they're ready for a checking account. But
I'm glad y'all are doing that, by the way, because I don't think that's being taught as much.
Yeah. Well, what we see is some of them don't really know what a check even is, which is totally fine. That's what we're here for.
Yep.
Like, let us come and teach you, because you're going to remember that. And it's going to be ingrained in you.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
community educators.
Absolutely. Yep. So our mission, we want to be more than a bank to our community. We want to be a friend, a mentor, a partner in business and in life. And we want to be the kind of people folks can count on in the moments that matter, which I think speaks to the stories that I just said. Like, those moments matter, and we want to be right there with you when you're experiencing those.
Yeah, and when it's with people that have the attitude that it seems like everybody at First Community Bank has. I've noticed that there is a good attitude throughout your organization, just from the guests that you've sent us here at the radio station to interview. Everybody has that friends and neighbors first vibe. And I would rather deal with somebody like that than just somebody that's like a walking Excel spreadsheet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yes, that matters, but come on.
Personal person.
Let's be real.
Yeah. And it's funny that you say that, because so this is on down in our script, but so the group that we worked with is Financial Marketing Solutions.
Yes.
And they're fabulous.
Sweet people.
Yes, they are. And they have told us time and time again, there is not a bank like you. We visit so many banks and work with so many different institutions, but nobody has the story that you have. Like, you guys truly live friends and neighbors first. He's like, you own it, and nobody else could own it, because that's what you live, that's what you breathe. Every single person in your institution lives and breathes this. And that's such a cool thing, because
it's a blessing.
Absolutely.
We
because
see it.
Yeah.
But it's nice to see other people see it too. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I feel like that's really special and makes it, I mean, when they did their research, there's 99.9% that they weren't going to miss the mark. Like, they made it. Like, we are friends and neighbors first.
Wow.
And that's what we stand on.
Yep.
What was that 99.9%?
Well, I'm just saying, you won't miss the mark if you literally dig deep into the institution and you find what rings true.
I see.
From people, customers, non-customers, employees, small businesses. When we talk to all of these people, these things kept coming up. And so it's the thread that goes through the whole institution that they were looking for, and that's what they found.
Right. And that's what they wanted to promote the most.
Absolutely.
As you should.
And it's friends and neighbors. We put people first.
So, and we're kind of talking about the process and how long it took, which this is several years in the making, Lucy.
Yes.
2.5. I came in on the back end, but
thank goodness.
Yo, Lord, imagine if it was just you by yourself.
No, ma'am.
We're on record with that too. Lucy is valuable.
Absolutely.
So, Financial Marketing Solutions was involved. Obviously, you and your team, you and Lucy were involved. Were there any other honorable mentions?
Oh, absolutely. From our CEO, Scott, to President Daniel, COO Kinsey, several team members who, this was not just a me thing. This was a whole team effort, and I'm so thankful for the team that we have, because the collaboration and the thoughtfulness is unmatched, because everybody, we're a team, and you can totally see that through the branding that we've launched. But yes, absolutely not just a me thing. It was all of us.
It was a we thing.
It was a we thing.
That's good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, good, Lucy.
Yep.
So what were some of the biggest decisions? I know the logo. Changing a logo is scary, because I changed my music logo just like on Facebook and on business cards and stuff. And I remember like physically
sweating,
just about sweating when I launched it. And I was like,
yes.
Are people going to like it? What are they going to think? Like,
what are they going to say?
Yeah. Are they going to recognize you still,
Right.
Yeah.
So one of the things that continued to come up in our focus groups is, when you think of First Community Bank, what do you think? and they say FCB. Well, when you visualize it, what do you see? FCB. So we knew that was extremely important, and that was not something that we could let go of. So we just kind of wrangled them into a different position, and we kept them front and center. So with our new logo, it's like an interlocking FCB.
Right.
And once you see it, you can't unsee it. But we knew that those three little letters were very, very important. And so that's why we kept them right where they're at.
Yeah. I saw some folks wearing hats at Aviation Day.
Aren't they?
They're pretty cute.
It is.
Yeah, they are.
It is.
They look like baseball hats, and I love baseball, and I love FCB, so it's just great.
Right. And we're in baseball season right now for our high school teams and MLB, I guess.
It just catches your eye. The little interlocking, it just kind of makes you wonder, like, what is that? Let me look into it a little bit more.
And then when I see it, I'm like, oh, FCB.
Yeah, I like how intentional that is. Like, you even put the friends and neighbors first vibe into the logo, too.
Yes, absolutely.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
So, okay, what's been the response from customers so far?
We were a little nervous, change is different for everybody. Some people like it, some people don't, but so far it has been super positive. We have not really heard anything other than positive stuff. They love that we're investing in this image and not abandoning like where we came from and what started it. They've even said that they're proud to bank with us now. So, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, anytime you can make your customers.
That's right. They love it.
Yeah.
Advocates for you, yeah. I mean, like, you're going to be proud to wear this stuff, our swag, and you're going to be proud to say that you.
would be.
And I'm not saying that anybody wasn't already, but like now we're like, ooh, yeah. Like, we are cute.
Yep.
I'm going to have to get a hat. So I want to be cute too.
I'm sorry, I'll bring you one.
That's okay. We'll get that done.
Okay.
So, well, like I found one of my Uncle Billy's old First Community Bank hats right after he passed away, and it had that old logo
Bedford
on
County
it.
logo.
Yeah, the old Bedford County logo. In fact, the mouse pad that our DJ's computer sits on is that. I'll have to show it to you. He's got it right there. Sorry, camera folks can't see it. That's So but you've maintained that Southern charm, if you will. Yeah. And I think that's wonderful. I think he's coming in with it right now.
Bringing it in.
We should show that to the camera.
Oh, I love it.
We use that on a daily basis.
I'm going to have to take a picture of that.
Yeah, we should.
Look at this. I know.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's just wonderful.
Yeah,
the juxtaposition between those two. So you did involve the community by using focus groups and stuff.
Yep.
I think that's cool because you're able to go straight to your customers or potential customers, what have you, and be like, what do you think?
Absolutely.
Because if this was a you thing, which it was not, and you just ran off and said, I want to make it look like this, and I want it to be bright red and whatever. Yeah,
it's a lot deeper than that.
Yeah.
Definitely. And, like when you look in the mirror and you see one thing, well, other people might see something different. And we needed to know what everyone else thought about First Community Bank. The good, the bad, whatever it was, we needed that feedback. So that's why I say we had to find the common thread throughout all of these groups in the institution because that rang true. And it's not going to not be true because it's so ingrained in us, and it's so ingrained in the people that we bank with and the people that don't bank with us that you hit the mark if you do it that way.
Right. So what changes should those customers expect to see as far as like when they walk into a branch or logging on?
Just a cool new look. Basically is it. We're the same people. You're going to walk in First Community Bank's main office and you're going to see Della.
She's still there.
She's still there.
She is excited and
she's still happy.
She's going to be smiling about it and going to tell you all about our new look. That's it. We're the same people. We're the same old.
And that's what you would say to a long-time customer who's nervous right now.
Absolutely. We're the same old. Nothing's changed. Consider our new look and logo a new Sunday suit. because we just had to get with the times,
I'm glad you put it that way, because that sums it up.
Absolutely. Yeah.
If anything, it's better.
Absolutely.
Where could listeners learn more about the new brand or reach out with questions?
Okay, so you can always call our main office, 931-684-5800. But you can also go read about our brand updates at our regular URL, www.firstcommunitybanker.com/intro. So that will tell you everything about what's going on with the logo, what about the colors, what's changed, all those questions that we've talked about today.
Yeah.
That's in there. And we encourage you to go look. Because it's important that and it's important that we can't speak to everybody, but we want everybody to know. So that's a great place to go and read about it.
Well, one thing that I've learned, Kayla and Lucy, from talking to y'all is, of course, I've been seeing the new logo, the new look. Mm-hmm. I've been seeing it on signs, on the radio, all these different things. And what I'm realizing now is that it's a new look, but there's more information available, and it's more accessible for people to log on. They can get to know you quicker, easier, deeper. And you can do that, again, by, calling their main office or going to firstcommunitybanker.com/intro. Because I've been to y'all's website recently, and I was like, whoa.
It's new. It's better.
Yeah.
It's cute.
And your social media posts, by the way, FCB Money Talks. Yeah, that is the right tag, right?
It,
FCB Money Talks.
Yep.
If you follow them on Facebook, Instagram, what have you, some of y'all's posts are I'm like, all right, FCB stepped up to the plate.
Pop off, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Because, when y'all first launched, I saw, it was almost like a museum piece where you had one of those really old hats from probably 88 or something, or 1990. Yeah. And I swear that I think
was on there.
I saw one of these in the museum case. We use this today, so that tells you what we're doing.
It's okay. It's tried and true.
We love it.
It's tried and true. It's legacy. But the fact, the camera work, the everything in it, and then you going from that to your new logo, I felt more connected.
Well, I'm glad. I'm excited that you're saying that. Mm-hmm. We've had a lot of that feedback, and we're so excited to see what the future holds.
Yep.
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys for joining me today.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us.
Is there anything else that you want to note, or
we do have Shred Day coming up May
17th from 10 to 12 at the main office. So bring any important documents you need to shred, or tax stuff. I know tax season's about over, so you can bring that stuff and shred old. Whatever you want to get rid of that you just don't want to throw in your normal everyday trash, you can bring it. Secure. Sensitive documents you can bring and shred them with confidence with us. 2 boxes or garbage bags is the limit, but we hope to see you there. Hopefully we can help shred some of your stuff.
Yeah, and that's that's May 17th. At what time again?
10 in the morning to 12 in the afternoon, so 2 hours.
Yeah, come out to Shred Day, and
that's the main location on Elm.
On Elm Street, okay. Yeah, so go visit First Community Bank and their crew on Shred Day on May 17th and take care of that. But folks, this has been the Financial Update with First Community Bank. If you have questions about the new branding, or you're interested in banking with them or any of the wide variety of services they offer, reach out to them at 931-684-5800 as I read our mouse pad. Thank you, Brandon. Thumbs up from producer Brandon in there. But or go online again. I'm going to promote this again.
Yes,
one more
please.
time. Last thing.
firstcommunitybanker.com/intro. Learn more about FCB and the new branding. And if you want to reach out to us, make comments on the show, reach us at the station, 931-684-1514 or WLIJradio.com, and send us a form on the contact tab. Brandon, thank you so much for board hopping today. We're going to send it back to the studio. Have a great day.
At First Community Bank, we're more than just a place to deposit your paycheck. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your community partners. Whether it's helping you buy your first home, saving for college, or offering a loan to get your dream off the ground, we're here every step of the way. For over 35 years, we've been proud to serve the people of Bedford County. When you bank with us, you're not just a customer, you're part of the family. First Community Bank, your hometown bank. Stop by today. We're just right down the road. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Having questions about managing your finances, building wealth, or even setting financial goals is completely normal. What's important is getting sound and trusted information. You can find just that on every fourth Thursday's First Community Bank Financial Update. Get informed, educated, and encouraged on all things finances with the experienced team at First Community Bank. Chase Clanton hosts the First Community Bank Financial Update every fourth Thursday at 9 a.m. on WLIJ. First Community Bank is an equal housing lender, member FDIC.